everyone, this is Ashley with What's Up Under That. Today we are going to do a Kardpull to see what the energy is for this week, what Spirit wants us to focus on. The first thing I'm hearing here is go with the flow. It's a new month, it's a new day, new goals, and we're 6 months into this year. I was just telling I was telling my mama and my friend the other day, I can't believe we already 6 months into this year. There is absolutely no way, it be moments where it's oh damn, time is really flying by. But the fact that we're 6 months in, the fact that there's only 6 months left in 2024 is absolutely insane. So we're just going to get right into it to see what the Spirit wants us to focus on this week. What do we need to pay attention to within our own energy? Because I know this morning I left coffee out for my ancestors. And one of the things that I asked them to assist me with was bringing warmth into my spirit and for me to better be able to control the way in which I respond, but also to have a sense of peace. So, what is it that we need to focus on this week within ourselves? Okay. Focus on the positive. New moon in Sagittarius. Know your worth and shine. So when I first heard go with the flow, it's kind of the way that this week can go, it depends on how it is that you react to it. This week is very much going to force you to be in a space of patience. It's going to force you to have a difference of perspective, which is why the focus on the positive card fell out here. This week you can either retract into old habits and seclude yourself or just keeping yourself away from people, or you can find ways to break out of this tumultuous cycle that you've been in, this cycle of reclusion, this cycle of overthinking. This is a time to really get your thoughts out there, whether it's on paper, whether it's through a voice recording, or whether it's through talking to a friend. Don't be afraid to ask for encouragement. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance. Regardless to what age you are, there is never an age limit in which you have to do everything yourself. Of course, everybody is different, but there comes a point where you have to ask for help more than what you usually do. And that's okay. But the biggest thing here, even with the Know Your Worth card, you have to know and understand you're worthy of that help. You have to know and understand that you're not being a bother by asking people for help. And this is also very much so in line with the Shine card, because at first I'm what does that mean? And then as I'm saying that, it correlates back to, inner child healing. When you were younger, you probably may have not had a lot of people to depend on emotionally more than anything. You didn't have a lot of people to depend on emotionally. You really just had to sit and figure everything out on your own. But you have to realize, I'm not a kid. How Matilda said I think the name of the movie is Matilda too. How she said, I am not 7. No, it was Miss Honey when she was I am not 12 years old anymore, Aunt Trunchbull. You have to realize that's not you anymore. It is up to your adult self to protect and encourage and allow you to boldly ask for the help you need, to boldly take up space, to boldly feel There is no question too big or too small. Don't feel like, oh, I can't ask this. It's a dumb question. They may think that I'm this and may think that I'm that. Like, this week is very much giving, be a student and not a teacher. You don't know everything. No matter how old you get, there's always something new for you to learn. The moment that you step into feeling like you are always and only a teacher is when you completely neglect your inner child. And what I'm also hearing too is this week is really going to give you a sense of fulfillment. There may have been something that you wanted to learn when you were younger. There may have been something that you wanted to do when it is that there may have been something that you wanted to do when you were younger, and you are now being presented with the opportunity to learn about it. And the thing is, it's like the reason you were drawn to it as a child is because it was something that you were meant to speak on. It was something that you were meant to be a part of. So this is really going to allow you to shine your knowledge. There are some things, and it's like the reason too why it may have been put off for as long as it was put off is because sometimes even with the things that we go to school for, in some instances God gives us life experiences. So when we assist people, when we help people, even if it's ourselves, we're not just going off of the knowledge we learned from school. We're going off of the wisdom that we've gained from our own personal experiences. And that's another word that's coming up this week is wisdom. Damn, that was deep. So let's see, what tools can we help us? What is it that's coming up that we need to focus on to help us do this? Believe in good luck. Now we have first quarter moon in Sagittarius. First, we have focus on the positive, and then believe in your good luck. Believe that good things can happen to you. If something does not go right, you tell yourself, this didn't work out because there is something better for me. Oh, excuse me. This didn't work out because there is something better for me in store. Believe that everything always works out for your highest good. If there's something that it is that you wanted and did not come to fruition in the way that you wanted, know that there is something better that's coming. You're not going to be left high and dry. This is a week that you really have to be positive in knowing that your cup is going to be filled. Be positive in knowing that you're going to be taken care of this weekend. Be positive in knowing that there are people that want to help you. There are people that see the things that it is that you deal with, but they know if they offer the assistance, you're not going to accept it. So that's going back to what I said in the very beginning. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There are people that want to help you. There are people that want to show up for you. There are people that do believe in you. There are people that do want to see you succeed and be a better version of yourself. But you have to believe in that. So Spirit, what other tools do we have here that can be utilized for this week? 2 cards fell out. Be real and work through your feelings. Don't y'all hate it when y'all doing a reading and it feels like the reading is getting personal? What's funny is we got 2 fire signs here and then an air sign at the bottom. So Spirit is saying also, be logical. Be vulnerable. If you're not going to be real with anybody else, be real with yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you need? Not even just so much in this very present moment, but what do you need to feel a sense of fulfillment? What do you need to feel whole? What is it that you want? If you know that you struggle in being a lack of mindset, what do you need to help you remain in a space of gratitude? Do you need a new living environment? Are you in a very toxic environment? If you know that there's business you need to handle and the only thing that's stopping you is having a car, what do you need to speak over yourself so that is something that becomes your reality? Because as of right now, the car seems like it's very far out of the picture. what do you need? And I'm like getting like even like a whole metaphor with the car. What exactly is it that you need to get to where that you want to go? If you want peace, how do you need to get there? If you want to have more patience, how do you need to get there? If you want to be in good health and good spirits, how do you need to get there? Right? It's a point A to point B, but ask Spirit, ask God, ask your ancestors to show you the in-between of what it is that you need to get to where it is that you're trying to go. Spirit is saying slow down. If you do not slow down, the answers, you won't. It's not that the answers won't come and the answers haven't come. You're moving so fast that you can't see them. When you slow down, you realize the answer's right in front of you. And this reminds me too of when my son and I go on our walks. Whenever we're walking really fast, you never notice everything that's on the ground. You never notice the life that is right beneath your feet. And I remember there was one day where it was just, I was hella tired. I already didn't feel like going on the walk, and I still went anyway. And my ancestors was like, you don't have to, everything doesn't have to be rushed. Everything doesn't have to be sped up. You can slow down. You can take your time, even if it takes you a little bit longer. So listening to that advice, I slowed down and I realized, I said, wow, there will be certain areas through this trail that we would walk through and you could like see ants, but it was only in certain areas. It was only in rest spots. And I feel like that speaks volumes in and of itself. It was only areas where there were benches that you could really see the ants. But it wasn't until, in those moments where I slowed down that I realized the ants aren't just in the rest spot. There's ants everywhere. You just have to slow down to be able to see it. What is it that you are rushing towards? What are you rushing for? At the end of the day, no matter, it's been 30 days and you've been rushing to this goal, the goal has not moved. The goal is not going anywhere. Why are you in such a hurry? Why are you in such a rush to reach that goal? The goal is point B and you're at point A. You're going to reach that goal regardless, no matter how fast or how slow you go. So why don't you take that time to slow down so that you can gain some extra things along the way? Imagine if Dorothy had been so focused on going home, which she was. That was always the end goal. But imagine if she would have bypassed all the people that it was that helped her. Imagine if she would have bypassed all the lessons that gave her more clarity on why is it that you want to get home so bad? No, we're going to do one more card here. See? Oh. See, baby. And Spirit said, and that's all, folks. That wraps this shit up. The last card that fell out is attend to the details. So very heavy on what I just said with slow down. What is it that needs your attention in between? What is it that needs your focus right now? Like wherever you're listening to this podcast at, whether it's in your car, whether it's in your home, whether it's in the office, take some time and just stop and pause and look around you and see what needs your attention. What needs your focus right now? Maybe right now what you need to pay attention to is your body. Maybe you need to pay attention to your breath. Is your breathing shallow? Are you tired? Do you need to limit your screen time this week? I know I do. I just seen my screen time message show up on my phone, and that was absolutely disgusting. I'm not even going to say what my screen time was, but pay attention to that. Pay attention to the small details. The small details are what lead up to you getting to the end goal. Okay? Take it easy this week. Do your best to redirect your thoughts and shift into a different perspective. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.